Beautiful morning. What's up there, guys? Welcome back to Digger Detecting. Welcome also to a bush track. Looks like a timber cutter's track, but we're not here to cut timber. We're here to find gold. We've got the GPX 6000 in hand, and we're heading up this track. And as I said, it is a timber cutter's track. You can see all the wood off the side being cut. But up along this track, there is some gold mines. Ah, bingo! There they are. There. I'm just looking out for the divots in the ground. Just spotted them. We're gonna get some gold out here today. It's a new area, a brand new area. It's an area that I've just finished researching, and I wanted to get here, boots on the ground. Yeah, look at that, there it is. Boots on the ground and have a look today and try and get a bit of gold. So there's our first miner's mound, and I'm seeing more off in the distance and off into the bush there. So awesome, we've got a lot of work to do here, a lot of work, and this site was responsible for well over 100,000 ounces of gold. I know it sounds like a lot, it's a crazy lot, but this locality, not just this little gully, but this whole locality was around about 100,000 ounces of gold. Some fascinating history here, and I'll share a few stories as I go today, when I think of them, as I think of them, and as we find the gold. Let's start. Alright, well, I have not filmed too much there this morning at all. I've just been walking and hiking and trekking my way through the bush and looking at all these miners' holes. It's amazing. There's so many in here. It's phenomenal. And right here where we're standing at the moment, there's not as many, but back there, by geez, it was thick. But someone else has been onto it too. Someone else has been doing their research, which is good to see. And they've been getting the gold as well, because there's a heap of holes open down there. So a heap of holes with gold or heap of holes with rubbish, I don't know. But our first hole that we've dug, our first good hole, we've dug a couple of bits of false signals and rubbish, lead, but there we go. There is our first bit of gold for this brand new site. So we've christened this site with a bit of gold finally. So what I'm going to do too, as I said, the car's about 3k that way, but I still want to continue up this gully because I want to know how much further the miners went along, and I'm certain they went all the way to the head of the gully. In actual fact, the miners' reports actually said that the further of the head of the gully that they got, the richer and the coarser the gold got, which is not often the case. So let's bag this one. That's pretty nice, and hopefully we've got some bigger, coarser gold to come. Oh, this is a bit of a funny one. Well, it's going to be a funny one if we can get him out. Let's give you a listen. I always love doing this, but it does make it hard if you get a signal. So just going under this tree that's fallen down, we're right near a mullock heap, or multiple mullock heaps from the old miners, and just always think to myself, if you can get a signal under the trees here falling down, chances are it's not going to be rubbish. I don't know whether to go after him. Chances are though it's probably going to be gold. But how do we access that? I don't know. The coil's down there. We're either going to have to come in from the back or shoot in from the side. Let's give it a go. Let's just open this up and let's see if we can get closer to it. If we can scratch the surface, then we might be able to really hone in on that target. He sounds good though. Let's go after him. Alright, we've got some better access going on now. We've dug a little trench. Let's have a listen for the target. Oh, this better be worth it. Better be a big chunky gram nugget. It's probably not going to be, but it's probably going to be gold. So let's just take that top off, because he doesn't sound all that deep. All that deep. What are you talking about? Look how deep you are down. Oh dear. Let's just give you another listen. We'll just scrape all that back in the hole because it's too hard to pull it out of the hole. I'll get that clod out of the way. Go away. This is a hard recovery. Hopefully it's worth it. Oh, okay. We better not push our target too far back in the hole. Maybe we might have to scoop a bit of that dirt out. Let's do it, and we'll come back and we'll give you a look what we got. All right, I think we're getting closer. I think we've just pulled him back. Look at this. I reckon he's in that clump. Let's just reach down and grab a few clumps of dirt. And we'll swap hands because that hand's got the watch in it. But I reckon he might be in this one here. Have a listen. Oh, bingo! Can do stuff. Alright, that's got to be gold. I can't see how that can't be gold. Let's have a look. Need the scoop and we'll break him up and we'll give you a look. Right, scoop oppie. Hopefully he's a big chunk, please. We can get rid of that. Alright, he's in these two. So we can get rid of that. Hopefully we just see him pop straight out. And I didn't say before, I got Andrew with me today too. He's been MIA for the last couple of weeks. He's been a busy man. But he's with me today. So I'll be interested to see what he comes out with. Is that it there? Oh no, that's dirt. Let's have another look. Alright, we'll just tip a bit gently. I don't want to, I'm looking where to put it. I don't want to put it on the moss because it's too hard to get back out if it's lost in there. So we'll put it down here. We'll divide the scoop. Oppie. Yes, can do stuff. Alright, we should nearly see it. It's not going to be lead. It's going to be a really hot day today too, so we got out early. I'm just starting to feel that sun come in though. But we can get out of here early anyway. Once it gets too hot. Alright, I'm playing with it. 2 hands. I'm going to find it and come back. 'Twas so gold. 'Twas so worth it. Oh, that is brilliant. Well, if that's not a great lesson why you should be looking out for trees falling down in the goldfields and swinging your coil under, I really don't know what is. There is our second bit of gold, and he's quite the stonker. Let me put him in my mouth and clean him up. I promise I won't swallow him like I have done in the past. Look, that's gold. That's brilliant. Just using a bit of initiative, you know. There's a tree falling down. We're going to be exposed to open virgin ground. No one would have ever swung their coil under there. Not unless they're as silly as me. And bingo, it paid off. Let me eat him, hang on. I'm just wondering now, is there any more targets in that hole? Because where there's one, there could definitely be more. You betcha we're going to check before we leave. So that is a nice little nuggie. We would never have got him, as I said, had we not used that initiative. And you could walk and you could walk and you could walk in the goldfields, or you could think outside the box and try and hit those other areas that other people haven't or other people won't. So just exceptional. The little nuggie. He's going to go 0.2 easily in the scoop. Let's see if there's more now and then let's move on. Well, time and time again I say about research, and look, I love doing the research. I know other people don't. I love reading the old maps and everything, and that's where we got our last piece of gold under the tree stump. And that's that bit of gold come out because I researched this area. Up until about a week ago, I had no idea this area even existed. Now, we've got 2 bits of gold this morning. We just come over here away from that tree that's fallen down, as I said, and we got a really screamer signal. And I've dug a few bits of lead this morning, and I honestly thought it was just going to be lead. And you can tell what it is right now by what I'm saying. It's going to be gold. But have a listen to it. Completely blanking the machine out. Now, as I said, I thought it was going to be lead. Let me actually go down to what the target actually is. There it is there. Thumb and finger. Big piece of flat gold, or not so much flat, nuggety gold. I'm doing a shocking job with that camera. Let's zoom out. Oh, I'm so excited. Because as I said, research is what led me on here. And as I said, I never even knew this place existed. So look at that. Look how reefy it is. Look how nuggety it is. It's exceptional. It's probably a 0.3 there. So he's probably about, look, $30, 35 bucks worth of gold. Crazy to say, I know, because look at it, it's tiny, but exceptional piece, really exceptional piece, and so coarse and nuggety. So we're not far away from the source, and the miners knew that, and in the mining reports, I was reading about that there just the other night. So another stonker piece of gold. That's just awesome. I really hope Andrew's on the gold. I said it's his first day back out today, so I hope he's having a bit of luck. Let's keep going. Toink! All right then, well, we are heading back to the car now. We've had some fantastic results this morning, and I mean fantastic. I can't wait to put it all on the scales. And look, as I said there before, we're walking down the Woodcutter's track. There's been someone in here cutting wood, look, every weekend by the looks, and it's all freshly cut too. And I also think that the man responsible for cutting wood is maybe responsible for dumping all this rubbish. I'm not saying he is. That would be accusing someone of something that they may not have done. But if someone's been in here cutting rubbish, or cutting wood I should say, what's to say they haven't brought out a stack of rubbish as well? Empty trailer, bring out the rubbish, fill it up with wood and take it home. And I think that's what's being done, because all along these wood cutting tracks I'm seeing rubbish dumped everywhere, and it's bloody not on. It really infuriates me. And you could look, I had a comment there the other week. I put a bit of a post up about some other mess in the bush and people leaving their holes open, and someone actually had a go at me. They said, don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Well, I filled the hole in. But I think what they were meaning, having a go at me for was, why would you show it? Why would you make things like this public? Well, I'm sorry, but I think it's the right thing to do. And you can sit here watching this video right now going, oh, bloody Luke, he's showing this and making it public. He should not be doing that. Well, at the end of the day, it's not me that's bloody put this here. And to be honest, if I had a trailer and if I knew where this track connected up to, like I actually don't know where I am in the bush at the moment. I need to look on my maps. But if I knew where this track leaded up to and I had a trailer on with me today, I would bloody clean up a lot of this as much as I could, and I'd scrap it myself, because it's not on. It does not belong here. And as I said, you can be part of the problem or be part of the solution. I'm not trying to be part of the problem here by showing this, but look, it's not on. It should not be done like this. You can't be just taking your rubbish out the bush and dumping it. I mean, this is our bush. This is our great outdoors. This is where we get to and enjoy all these recreational activities: horse riding, bushwalking, prospecting. Love a sunburnt country. No, you don't. This is crap, absolute crap, and it's got to stop. It really does, because it's ammunition for them to lock up the parks, and I don't need to be showing this publicly for it to get out there. Someone's just got to drive down here and bloody see the eyesore of it. I mean, I spotted it from about a K away from in the bush, and I diverted over here to see if I could see a bank card or a receipt, because if I did, by God, I'd be taking it to the police station, and someone would be answering for all this mess, because it's just a joke. It's not on. And you've got, look, I'm just spotting in here, you've got kids' bits and pieces. I mean, that's an OtterBox stand off an iPad. You've got kids' pictures and drawings. Look, happy birthday card here. Let's see if we can get a name. Bugger. Merry Christmas. See if we can get a name. Here we go. To Faye and Peter. Merry Christmas, Faye and Peter. We wish you every blessing for 2014, and may that you are surrounded by love. I don't know if they were surrounded by love or they just turfed it out in the bush here. What a bloody joke. Just a joke. Faye and Peter, come out here and clean up your friggin' mess. Can you hear that? There goes that chainsaw, cutting all that wood. There he goes again. And all that rubbish pile that we just seen, it's about probably 200 metres up there. He's not that far away by the sounds either. And if Mr. Woodman is responsible for cutting all these trees down and dumping that rubbish up there, which is on the same track as what we're standing on right now, well, we could probably catch him in the act today, couldn't we? I should go back and grab that Faye and Peter Christmas card and go over and see if his name's Peter and wish him a Merry Christmas and tell him to pick up his bloody rubbish. Not to worry. Let's get over to the next gully, and we're just going to jump this spur line and hopefully see more diggings. Rightio, well, we're out of that gully there, the one just behind us, and it's not all that productive. There's no mines in there per se. I've just come across this one here. It looks like he's a bit of a test hole. I wouldn't say a proper mine, maybe a decent test hole. There's no other shafts around here too. It's only one, so it looks like they were just testing the ground as they were maybe heading uphill a bit. And while we walk back in through this next gully and back to the car though, I'm just going to explain a little bit of history about this area that I've learnt, and it's fascinating. It really is. All areas are fascinating, but this one's got a great little story about it. So the first miner to ever put his pick in the ground here I'm not going to say his name obviously, but he come from Sydney. He actually come over on the boat from England. He landed in Sydney, made his way down to the Goldfields. I don't know why he landed in Sydney. Would have been better to land in Melbourne. Anyway, long story short, he come out here with a pick. It was not an established goldfield area at the time, so it was unheard of. No one had got gold in here before. However, the geologists of the day were saying that it was all a very similar landscape, Pliocene and Silurian sedimentary layers, and it could hold gold. So this man come out here with his pick. I'm sure he had a few other supplies, but he had his pick in hand and he started prospecting. And from the gully up, he started loaming, like a lot of them did back then. Started in the gully, loamed their way up the hills, found the payload. So he started loaming, and he struck pretty good gold. I'm just trying to look where I am. He struck pretty good gold though, this bloke. And then it ran out. So he got good payable quantity, but it only lasted for a short period. And then he basically left. And in actual fact, there was a company that come here not long after to try and pick up on his success. And they sunk a shaft in the gully. Probably one of those gullies where we just were. They sunk the shaft down. I don't know how far they went down, but everything we've seen today is not very deep. But they sunk the shaft down and they hit a dike, they hit a cross formation, and they got very, very little payable gold, like next to none. And they thought, oh well, it's just not a productive gold field. So they left as well. So the first prospector that found this area, and he did okay, I will say, he was pulling out 10-ounce buckets of pay dirt, and you know, it says that he was washing up to 3-4 ounces in his dish at a time. He was doing really well. But then when the party come in here, or the mining claim, they didn't do so well. They erected a bit of machinery and put down a shaft, as I said, and then they left it. So it sat idle for probably another 30-40 years. Maybe the odd prospector come in here and did a bit, but it really sat idle, this country, for about 30-40 years. No heavy prospecting or mining was done. And then the rush took off. Someone else come here and they picked up on the first bloke's work, basically loaming and sluicing from the gullies up, and they hit the load, they hit the run of gold, which is probably what we've seen this morning in that gully. We're just following the load up, and they basically hit it so good that it stirred up a little bit of a rush to this area. So everybody rushed in, and they said that at one point there was about 3,000 miners here on the field mining. Now the only problem with that is the first miners that come here, well, they got on the gold and they quickly pegged out leases, and one lease here was 50 acres. Now 50 acres, I mean, I grew up on a 48.5 acre hobby farm. I know exactly what 50 acres is. 50 acres is pretty much everything you can see with your eyes right now. It's a very, very large expanse of land. So this one team had 50 acres of land under lease, mining's lease, to mine out. And you know, they would have had it for years. So all the miners coming to this goldfield, they quickly realised coming here that all the ground was leased and taken up already. So unless you were going to encroach on someone else's mine shaft, looks like a little hole there, there's no way you're actually going to get foot on the ground here. So just too many men on the ground, and everybody had their leases taken up already. So long story short, there was a big dispute over that, and there was other miners in the district that had leases, and they only had small leases compared to this 50 acre lease. And so they kicked up a stink, and there was no police out here that I read about, but they did have to send for the police trooper at one stage. And he rode out, and by the time he rode out here to the Goldfields, all the men were rustled around, and apparently from the article there was no violence, so I don't think there was any fisticuffs thrown, but all the miners were rustled around this one mining claim party who had the 50 acre lease, and while they weren't happy, I can imagine some pretty tense words were being exchanged back in the day. And yeah, look, basically what happened was the big company, 50 acre lease company, they kept the lease, and later years they actually leased out another portion of this land adjoining onto their original lease. So they probably had another 20-30 acres on top of their 50 acres. Ruthless they were. But that tells you one thing: if they were willing to take on more ground, a bigger lease, it tells you that they didn't want to leave this area, and it tells you that they were getting good gold. So it's interesting, and one thing I forgot to mention too about that story, when the police trooper was sent for, he come out and he found all the men rustled around going off at each other, and there was an account of some of the machinery, puddling machinery, like a windlass or what have you, had been thrown down the shaft. So I can just picture a heap of angry miners. You bloody got 50 acres lease already, what do you want more for? You can't take everything out of the bush. And then they just grab his machinery and throw it down his shaft. And the shaft was 50 foot deep too. So I imagine it was you know, rescued again, especially if they were working that shaft. They would have wanted to get it out and get the gold. But pretty funny though, all the machinery and windlass or whim or whatever it was, it ended up down the shaft. So you can imagine, imagine the dispute and the police trooper coming out here and someone's machinery's down the shaft and there's a whole heap of angry miners. Oh, I love it. And I'm sure alcohol played a part in a lot of those accounts too, and a lot of stories. You know, alcohol was a big part on the Goldfields. Reason being is because a lot of the water was that tainted. The miners preferred to drink alcohol. And they probably just have preferred it anyway. And they wouldn't have been drunk per se, I wouldn't imagine. Because over the days and weeks and months of drinking it constantly, they would have built up quite a tolerance. So I'm sure a couple of bottles of whiskey would have went down for breakfast. And on some accounts I've read on some Goldfields, they even had oysters served for breakfast. So, or maybe that night at the pub. But if you're a keen miner, you might have one for breakfast. But I always think to myself, you know, oysters on the Goldfields back in the day, there was no refrigeration. So they would have had to come a couple of hundred kilometres inland by horse and cart or horse and dray. And, you know, no refrigeration. They would have been nasty by the time they hit the Goldfields. And then the pub was serving them up for dinner that night with a bottle of whiskey, and God knows what else was in that. So anyway, interesting stuff. Should be back at the car soon. God, I've walked a mile today. I reckon about 4Ks on the map so far this morning. It's not even lunch. So nearly back to the car, and we'll see you there. All right, let's sit that there, because I've just spotted Pa. And I think he's on a target. Oh, and he spotted me. You allowed to be in here, mate? This is private property, you know. Why are you smiling at me?
I couldn't care less.
I'm still sounding serious, aren't I?
Yeah, you do.
You see the two cars just go past?
Hey,
See, yeah. I was stopping having a yak, a chinwag up there.
yeah, right. One was a four-wheel drive ute.
Yeah, and one
with a
was,
canopy thing on the back of it.
yeah, and one was like a Mazda CX-5 or
Yeah, the
something.
other one had ute had a trailer on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was down there cutting wood.
Cutting wood, was he? I know his name. His name's Peter. His wife's name's Faye. Yeah. I met him off in the bush there. I gave him a Christmas card. You don't know what to believe, do you?
No.
I found a heap of rubbish dumped and found a Merry Christmas card, and it had Peter and Faye. Two Peter and Faye, and it was right on the Woodcutter's track, and I swear, I'm not trying to blame Peter, but I reckon Peter's the woodcutter, and I reckon Peter's dumping his rubbish and coming out and getting a load of wood and going home. Bloody Peter.
Correct.
Yeah.
You found anything else?
I'm gonna have to ring Faye and tell her what for. So your husband, Faye, I tell ya, it's not bloody on.
You're not up to no good.
Yeah,
That's not going.
yeah. Tell him to cut it out, or I'm turning him in. Yeah. What do you got? Oh, rock.
No. I wish.
Wish?
I wish.
What is it?
Rust,
Oh.
rust. And piles of rust. I'm getting nothing.
You're not in the right area, mate.
Oh, quite obviously. There.
You need to walk, because there's the car. You haven't moved far.
I've gone right down there. The other side of the there's two big cypress trees down there.
Yeah. Yep.
I've gone right down the other side of them. There's a big sort of bay. I've gone right around the edge of there.
Yep.
In the bay section. And
Yep.
just rust.
So.
And then I come back up. I got onto the track up the top up here. I've got targets on the track, so I dug them. Rust. That's all I've dug, man.
The only problem.
Slug gun lead.
The only problem with being up around here, right, is this where all the big mining activity took place.
Yeah.
So they would add stampers and crushers and batteries and
There's so much steel.
erected
through the joint.
puddlers and everything up here.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you wouldn't get gold up here, but it's going to be so trash infested. Down the gully is diggings, so
There's actually
small
diggers down there.
prospectors holes.
Yeah, right.
And that, I feel, is your best place to get gold. Yeah.
I went that way,
So
so I thought you're going that way.
Yeah.
I'll go down this way.
Well,
there's nothing down there.
No, the digging should continue that way. I can see on my sedimentary layers that, look, if they were attacking up that gully, it's the same sedimentary that way. They would have had to have tacked that way as well. So,
yeah, I've gone right up this bay section.
Oh, something's biting me. Oh, yeah?
March boys.
Yeah, little one.
Yeah.
On my boot.
Yeah, as I say, I've gone right around to the bay, and then it started shooting down, and I couldn't see no diggings, and I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not walking all that way for nothing.
Well, that's what I'm doing after lunch. So I've covered that way, about 5k. I've walked in all different, I've walked up the main gully and I've walked off the tributary gullies.
There's not many diggings up there though?
Tons.
Yeah?
Tons.
In this section here.
But I reckon it's going to continue back that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to prove that after lunch if I can.
Yeah.
But first I need to go have some lunch.
You might need to have some lunch.
Yeah, and I'm going to ring Faye too and tell her what for.
Yeah.
Bloody Peter.
That sounds better.
That's a good one. Yeah, I thought the smaller one sounded off a bit louder than all the rest.
That's a lot better, that one.
Yeah. So what we're doing here is I just found a couple of stones. I forgot to... Sorry, I'll stop talking.
The detector.
I know what you meant. I just found a few stones though while I was off in the bush, and I'm not convinced that there's gold in them, but I'm not convinced that there's not.
That one sounds good.
Yeah, the little one, it was part of one big stone. And I thought, I'm not carrying all that out.
Yeah.
So I broke it up into 3, and guess what? All 3 had signals in, so I've still got to carry it all out. So you can see why I've picked them up.
Yeah, they've got the quartz and they've got a bit of ironstone. And
That's right, yeah. So
it's got everything in it.
It's a conglomerate mix. You've got ironstone, you've got sandstone, slate, you've got a quartz, all embedded together. So just turn that sensitivity down a bit. Being a little bit erratic, we'll just check these other pieces.
That one's very faint.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one, but I carried him this far. And look, they could just be hot rocks sounding off with all that iron inside. But,
might be, but this one sounds the best.
Yeah, he does. And I'm going to... I'm not convinced, but look, for what it's worth, I'm going to take him home and crush him.
Yeah.
Might as well. Do you want to see me cool gold though? I haven't shown Pa yet.
I don't think I want to see it. I'll be all disappointed and shattered. I'll go around the corner of the tree and have a little cry.
There'll be a gold robbery on the way home. There wasn't with the 30 ouncer, so I don't think you're going to steal these ones.
Nah,
remember the 30 ounce nugget? You held it all the way home.
Yeah, going over to everybody in the car. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life, and probably never will again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we
do. Hopefully we bloody do. But yeah, it was so funny. Andrew was like, got the big 30 ounce nugget, and he's like, check that out every time a car went past. So I didn't send cars off the road. Like some truckie looked at it, he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I need to go home and get me detector.
Yeah.
Don't even know what I'm saying. I'm that excited. All right, shut your eyes.
Ooh. I've opened one. I couldn't wait for the suspense.
Oh, wait, where's my other little one? I got another one in there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Now, let's get this noisy machine off. Beep. So, the big stonker, I didn't show one coming out. So, we've actually got 4 now. So, that was the last one that we got.
They're very reefy, aren't they?
Oh, they're so reefy, Andrew. So reefy. It's like it's like cornflake gold. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, cornflakes.
Yeah. Just needs
very good.
Needs some milk, mate.
They made a bit of milk.
But the only problem with these is they're very, very, very far and few in between. And I didn't really dig much off the heaps.
Yeah.
Didn't really dig much lead or rubbish either. So it's sort of nugget or nothing country out here. You put your rubbish out, I'll keep my gold out. We'll have an even tally.
Yeah.
So
I'll beat you. The amount of shit I've got in my pockets.
So it really is though nugget or nothing country out here from what I've thought this morning.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 really reefy. God, they're reefy.
They are.
Probably some of my most reefiest nuggets
That one we broke out of mine yesterday, that was a bit reefy too.
That was reefy, yeah.
Had a few little speckles on him.
Here's a nice shiny colour.
Yeah, no.
So
nice looking gold.
there's the highway. There's the next car coming.
Where's the bloody gold, mate? Come on, help me out.
It's right here.
I need all the help I can get today.
Alright, well, they're going back in the container. As I said, we're going to have some lunch. After lunch, I'm heading that away, and I'm going to try and prove that theory right, that the diggings continue all the way through. And I think I know where Andrew's going to go now.
I don't know yet.
It's a fair hike.
I might just sit in the pool.
Might have to take the four-wheel drive. It's a bit of a walk, I tell you. I've done about 5k, I reckon, this morning. I'll throw it up on the map later and show you guys, but yeah, easily 5k. Yeah, it's paid off though. We got cornflakes.
Yeah, got cornflakes.
All right, guys. Well, change of plans since that last clip. I was going to go off and try and prove that theory correct. I was going to go try and find out if that lead continued on, and Andrew was going to come this way.
Yeah.
But now Andrew's being driven this way.
Luxury, mate.
Oh,
luxury.
you're so well looked after, aren't you?
Yeah, it's spoiled.
So I'm going to drive Andrew to the diggings that I found before and where I got my gold. And while Andrew goes off for a bit of a prospect.
I'll give you a hand.
You don't have to.
No, I'll give you a bit of a hand.
Oh, you're so kind.
Oh, no.
It's got the better of me though, and look, it's got the better of Andrew too. Look at all this woodcut.
Yeah.
It's got the better of me though, and I'm trying to find that rubbish pile. And no, I don't have a trailer on the back, but what I do have is a little carry bag, a little dirty gear bag. There you go, Andrew.
Yeah.
Some of the diggings were on before.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to shove as much as I can into that little carry bag. Look, I know I'm not going to get that much in there, but it's be part of the solution, not part of the problem. I mean, we didn't dump it there, and yes, I'm showing it on film. Look out. But we're going to go and clean up as much as we can. And every time I come up here, whether I have a trailer on or not, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to clean up bits and pieces, and look, eventually, hopefully, it's all gone. That's if he doesn't add to the pile.
Yeah, well, he probably had to.
It's just ridiculous. Andrew's fuming. He's champing at the bit. He's angry.
I'm
Show us how angry you are, Andrew. Oh, I love that bit. So Andrew's really angry, as you can see.
Yeah.
And you can hear just how angry he is.
There's no need for it.
No, there's no need. It's just crap.
Being lazy, being a tight ass, and don't want to spend your money, go and put it in a tip.
That's right. And tip fees, I know tip fees can be a bit expensive, but they're not all that much either.
They're not that bad.
And seriously, if you can drive out here and waste the fuel to dump it in our bloody bush,
yeah,
you can drive to the tip and pay the tip fees.
Yeah, they're only 26 bucks or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's what it is down home, 26 bucks.
Yeah, look, it's just ridiculous. So we're going to be part of the solution. We're going to clean up little bits and pieces. I don't think I'm going to get the plasma TVs in the back of the dirty bag.
You have to sit that on the solar and plug it in.
Yeah, I might have to put that on the
reception.
Yeah, put it up on the roof. I think we're nearly there though. I don't really know. Look, I don't really know where this track was again. But we're just going to try and find it. We'll find this rubbish pile and we're going to start cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's going to be up here somewhere.
There it is.
There it is! Well spotted, Andrew. Oh, well spotted.
Easy to see.
Oh, it's shocking, isn't it?
No, that's just disgraceful.
Absolutely disgusting. And behind us is all the diggings, mate. So
Yeah, right.
I'll make a start here. You can. Oh, I'm going to back up to that.
Yeah, reverse up to that.
It's just. How angry are you now that you've seen it?
Oh, that's just disgusting.
You don't look that angry.
Oh, I'm pretty angry.
I can.
They're just going to wreck it for everybody
Yeah,
else.
and that's exactly right. We just seen a bloke in here actually.
Horse riders, woodcutters,
Bushwalkers, detectorists.
bushwalkers, kids on bikes.
Yeah.
It's
Geez.
all going to be locked up on this.
If I wasn't a prospector, I would come out here for a bushwalk.
Yeah.
I love bushwalking.
I do a bit of that.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
You're bird watching. All right, here we are. Let's
Survey the damage.
yeah, let's jump out, survey the damage again, and as I said, we're going to try and put as much as we can in this dirty gear bag. Look, it's not huge, but it's a start, isn't it? So,
Look at this scratch.
Screwdrivers. Oh yeah, come and have a look at the scratch. This is what we did to the Prado just to get in here. So yeah, hit a branch and the branch flicked up, and look, it's a decent scratch. Yeah, just to pick up rubbish. Not to worry, these things have got to be done, and if it wasn't here in the first place, we wouldn't be finding our way back here. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's start the cleanup. All right, Andrew, that was good. Thank you for your help.
Oh, no worries, mate. It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. How angry are you still now?
Oh.
Still very angry. I'm not going to go near this guy. Look, we did the best we could. We really did. I mean, we really haven't made a big dent, but if we keep coming back and keep doing this, I mean, we've sort of taken out the rubbish that was in this area here. If we keep coming back and keep doing it, surely we'll make more of a dent. And I only wish that I had a trailer here. That's a big bolt. I only wish I had a trailer here, because I really mean it. I'd take the lot. I would just spend an hour here cleaning up and take the lot. It's not that hard done to do, and let's face it, it's the right thing to do. And not only that, sometimes you're paid for your efforts. I just spotted this in amongst the rubbish as I was picking him up. I don't think it's real gold. It's not going to be real gold, but it's gold.
It's gold.
We got paid. So, and there's just still so much stuff here. I said to Andrew, they've got kids, obviously, Peter and Faye.
Yeah.
So there's skateboards and, like you've seen it there before, Christmas cards, but there's a lot of kids' toys, Nerf guns. So they've got kids, Andrew.
They've got kids, mate.
Party invitations. Oh, I was hoping it'd have like an address on it. Come join me at such and such house at such and such time. Okay, I will.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And I'll bring all your I'll bring all your bloody rubbish back. Not to worry. We've done the best we can for now. We've got paid for it. We've got some gold. And as you can see, our dirty gear carry bag is chock-a-block. And all I'll do is go home, unzip the bottom, and empty that out into the bin where it should be. So yeah, you want a new TV, Andrew? I know.
Take a choice.
We've just, look, I've just put a bit of stuff in that esky too. And Andrew found the esky lid.
Yeah, the lid,
Why would you? It begs so many questions, it's not funny. Yeah. What else do you say? What else do you say? It sort of wraps it up as one when you look at it, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that. We've still got a couple of hours to detect. And look, 12:30, yeah, still got a couple of hours to detect, about an hour and a half. The gully where we want to hit up is just over there, so let's do it. Let's get kitted up. We'll leave the car right here. Well, no one can come along and blame us for dumping it, because we've still got half of it in the pouch. No, mate, that didn't come out of my car. No. You need a trailer to bring this all out here. Just one thing too, look at this over here, Andrew. They've even got the kids, oh no, it's a golf cart. Oh, okay. There you go. I thought that was a...
But all the wheels are there. The other wheel's there.
Yeah. So why'd he turf it? I really don't know. Oh well. Yeah. We'll come back again. I'm going to mark it too. I'm going to mark it on the map and we'll come back again. And as I said, we'll try our best to clean it up. Let's get back on the detectors, Andrew. Alright guys, well we've got our next target in the heart of the gully. Andrew is in front of us there somewhere. We just got enough distance in between ourselves so the machines don't talk. And look, after picking up that rubbish, I've picked up more in the form of targets that we've been digging. Rust and lead, and even got a cool little miner's wedge there before, just out of a hole. How cool is that? So I think I might have Andrew for relic day now. he better pull something out pretty cool and not the rubbish. So let's have a look at this one though, because I reckon it's going to be in that conglomerate mix once again. Sure enough. So more for us to dolly up. We don't have the dolly with us now, but I reckon that's going to be gold once again. And sometimes you can get these and they can just be hot rocks, like funny rocks. They just sound good, but there's nothing actually in them. But you can hear that one there. He's very sharp and direct, and if that was a hot rock, what I'd expect to hear is a sort of long drawn out. Even when you pass it over slowly, it still doesn't give that long drawn out effect. So he's definitely got my attention, this one. He's coming home with me, just like all that rubbish is. So let's fill him back in, and as you see, we're in the quartz pile for this target. So, and it's a great area to hunt around. I mean, there's the miner's hole there. We've got a target over the other side, which turns out to be that little wedge. But it's a great area to hunt in. You see those quartz stones, you know the miner has stood here and processed and washed all his dirt. And it's a source for the gold to be lost. So anyway, let's keep going and hopefully find another piece before we've got to get out of here in the next hour. Alright, well, I don't really know what's going on behind us there. Andrew's back that way there somewhere, a couple hundred metres up in the gully, and the car is about probably 500 metres, if not more, in that direction. And yeah, I can still hear him. Chainsaw Man's up there, so he's chopping trees down up there. But what I'm hearing behind me is literally just trees falling down and crashing to the ground. Like, it's, you can't mistake it. It's a really, really loud bashing, crashing sound. And when it hits the bush floor, it just sort of thunders through the bush. So you can't mistake it. But who's falling the trees up there? I don't know, because there's no chainsaw going. He is that way. So I don't know what's going on, long story short, but I do know that we've got our next bit of gold, which is just fantastic. And everything, once again, coming out from here is so reefy, or so just coarse and nuggety. I love it. I love it. It's rough nuggets. So we're going to keep going. We do have a time limit, about another 10 minutes. So we're going to keep going around this hole and then go work out who's dropping trees over there. Surely it's not Andrew. He's only got a pick, not a chainsaw. I walk and I walk and I walk. And I walk and I walk and I walk. How many Ks do you reckon I've done today, Andrew? 10? Oh, I reckon I'm up around the 5 or 6K mark now, because I did about 3 or 4 this morning. I had to go back and swap coils. Oh, how'd you go? No good. Have you been chopping trees down?
No.
Did you hear all these trees falling down before?
I pushed one over.
Is that what it was?
It was only a little branch though. It was just, well, you'd already moved it.
Right.
All I'd done was flipped it over.
Oh, I heard this big, like, crash.
Chopping trees.
Yeah, but I heard it back here.
Yeah, right.
I just thought one had landed on the Prado.
Oh, no.
Alright, I'm still trying to catch my breath. We just raced back here. We need to get out of the bush. It's 2 o'clock and it's really warmed up too. So I'll be glad to get out of here today. We do have some gold with us today, and we do have some rubbish to show you. And not only that, remember the stones that we pulled out of the bush there before, the big rocks? Well, we've got to go home and crush them up. And I need to go home to shoot the last clip because we don't have any scales on us in the car. And well, I'd like to know how much that gold weighs. What do you reckon, Andrew?
Did you get any more?
1 bit. Only a little bit.
Same sort of size?
Similar size, yeah.
Yeah. I reckon you'll have 5.5.
5.5?
5.5.
Bit over half a gram.
Yeah, just a whisker.
Well, I'm going to say 0.49.
0.9.
I don't know, just to be different. Lucky I didn't back too much further either. Look at all these screws on the track.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, so we might just pick a few of these up before we go and add them to the collection. And as I said, we'll see you at home. We'll crush our gold, crush the stones, and weigh it all up and see what we got. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, we've made the long trip home. It was a bit of a rush trip home too, wasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah.
Because we got lost in the bush. Well, not lost. We just couldn't get out.
Yeah.
It just didn't want us to leave.
Didn't know which way north was.
We kept taking these Gumby tracks, and we're like, oh, surely this will take us.
I don't know how we got muddled up there.
I don't know.
I still don't know where that track
Yeah, because we went in one track and we turned around and we come back out that track, but for some reason we couldn't pick up on the track that we
couldn't go back past the bloke cutting wood.
Yeah, yeah, we lost.
What did we do wrong?
We lost that track. It's vanished. And as you can see there, we've pulled all the stuff out of the dirty carry bag. So that's just a bit of a carry bag. Put all your wet weather gear or your rubbish. You know, we generally put our lunch in there or lunch rubbish after we're done, and then it goes in the bin at home here. But as you've seen, we filled it up, and I just said to Andrew, I feel so good about doing that. Like I feel look, a bit of a proud feeling for doing that, because who else goes out detecting and it takes time. I mean, I know it's only a bucket and there's a ton more there, but we're going to go back with a trailer. Andrew, you got a trailer?
Yeah, I've got the trailer.
Yeah, so we'll go take the trailer back.
Tighten up the wheel bearings and away we go.
Yeah, we'll nip the wheel bearings up, and look, we'll go finish cleaning it up. And not only that pile, but we come across another pile. So it's just disgraceful. And look, I don't mind doing it. It's fuel to get up there, yeah. It's time and effort, yeah. But yeah, regardless of all that, we'll go up there with the trailer. We'll go up there with the detectors. We'll quickly spend an hour cleaning up. Then we'll jump on the detectors and find some gold.
And get a bit of firewood at the same time.
Well, you can do that too. Yeah. Come home with a bit of firewood and a trailer full of rubbish. Put the firewood on top of the rubbish to keep it down. So anyway, what we're going to do, you can see Andrew's rubbish there that he's taken out of the bush today, plus what he's helped me pick up in the bucket here. So Andrew, you've done well today, mate. Clean Up Australia Day.
Oh yeah, Clean Up Australia Day, mate.
You should have entered that for the MINELAB competition.
Oh, I should have.
So yeah, Clean Up Australia. So the first nugget we've got, they're all cornflake nuggets today. They're just so impressive, they really are. I'm really enjoying this new spot, and we're going to call it the Secret Creek, I reckon, is a good name for it, because it's a bit of a secret, and it's hard to get to area. Probably only the woodcutters really know about it. And maybe now us. What did you say before out the bush? 5.5. I said 0.49. We're about to well and truly go over that. 0.54, Andrew.
Oh, ripped off by
Good
one.
Good on you. Oh dear.
I'm getting good at guessing it.
Oh, now we've got 0.56.
Oh, yes.
So you're in between them all.
Yeah.
So yeah, look. Great day, cornflake gold, as you see in the pan there. Just some of the most spectacular gold I think I've ever found in my life. Just the look of it, as you can see.
That 6 grammer you got looks pretty good.
The 6 grammer looks good, so does the 10 grammer. So did the 30 ouncer.
Oh yeah.
But that cornflake gold, that's just exceptional. Yeah, so
real reefy.
It's just, yeah, look at, and it's nugget or nothing, I feel. You know, when you go back there, I said to Andrew, big coils, because we're going to be punching deep, but big coils, and it's going to be nugget or nothing. You're either going to get a signal with the big coil, hit down on a big nugget, or it's going to be nothing. So anyway, guys, really hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, thank you, Luke.
Thanks for a great day, mate.
Yeah,
and
good day, thank you.
Good day, and back to site soon, back with Andrew, and Andrew's got a bit of a surprise coming up his sleeve very soon, and so do I. I look forward to sharing.
Now I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll see you then.